Hey everybody, welcome to episode 5 of Big Time Reality TV. My name is Andy Kurt. Please go check out my blog, bigtimerealitytv.blogspot.com. Whitney, I'm actually doing an interesting fantasy challenge, comebacks versus regulars.
What?
Uh, have one team will be like with regulars, and then the other ones, Wes is texting me 35, 40 minutes. One side will have regulars like Banana, CT, Zach, and the other side will have comebacks. So, little teaser there. You guys can find me on Twitter at CCWayKirk, and I got a special guest today. Might be having another one join me in about 35 minutes, but right now I have Whitney from Reality Radio Podcast. She's on here for my preview. How we doing, Whit?
Doing good, doing good. Thanks for having me on your show again, Andrew. Appreciate it.
Always.
I finally get to vent about the first.
I gotta ask you about a tweet. I think it was you that made the tweet. You were like, bad gameplay on BB16, Survivor, and Are You the One?
Oh yeah. 2014 is just
Speak on it.
horrible gameplay all around. Because you watched Big Brother, didn't you? And it was bad. And then I don't know if you watch Survivor, but these people aren't all that bright. And now we have Are You the One, and they're just a mess.
I think you got to give Are You the One a little bit of a benefit of the doubt because it's only in their second season, while Survivor and Big Brother have been on for years, you know? So, I mean, they're still trying to figure out what to do. I mean, I agree with you, and we'll definitely get into it. The way that they've been playing this game is absolutely horrible. And, I mean, it's still early. I mean, season one.
But yeah,
season one
was good.
Season one, they did struggle in the beginning, just like season 2 has.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I definitely agree with you. But I feel like you got to give them Are You the One just a little bit. Not much, but a little bit of the benefit of the doubt because it's only in the second season.
We'll see. Hopefully they smarten up a bit.
Yeah.
What?
So who are some of your early favorites?
Who are my early what?
Who are some of your early favorites on the show?
Early favorites? Well, I love Christina, the 11th girl. I think she's awesome. I just feel like she's the underdog. She's the underdog, and she's the twist of the season. So obviously, you want the twist to play out. You want, because that's where the drama, the big bang is going to come from. Is if she finds her match, then who's going to get left out? You don't want her to get left out because that would be kind of, I feel like it would be kind of like womp womp. So I want her to find her match, and then say like someone else, I don't know, like maybe Paris or someone will be the one to get left out, and no one would see that coming because they're going after completely different guys. And plus, I like her personally too. So like she seems like a really cool, like very non-dramatic type of person who's just there trying to find her match and just chill.
Mm-hmm.
I like who's a girl who's who's Nathan's like obsessed over.
Shelby.
I like her. I like how she handled him. I didn't even recognize her. I didn't notice her until that episode. And I liked how she handled him. So I'm liking her. For the guys, I think I'm liking not Dario. I think his name's Anthony. Is Anthony the one who with Jenny and Leighton, that threesome? That's Anthony, right?
It's now added to Square pretty much.
That's Anthony?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I get him and Dario confused for some reason. So that's Anthony. I like Anthony. And I like Dario as well. So I would say those are my favorites.
I don't know. Anthony up until this episode, I'm starting to like Anthony a little bit, but past couple episodes, especially in that last matchup ceremony when he was like to Jess, I could have her wrapped around my pinky. That just pissed me off. Like, dude,
I didn't hear that.
You really didn't need to say that.
I didn't hear that. I
I
just
I
I
think
just
he tries to be scally.
I just liked that. I liked how he. I just liked how he overheard Leighton running his mouth, and then right after that, he went and started macking on Jenny. I was like, okay, he just became my a favorite of mine.
For me,
I didn't even notice him till then, honestly.
for me, up and as far as episode 3 goes, I mean, I have 5 of them following back, so I'm in partial to them. But if I had to pick favorites,
Yeah.
um, my favorite girl, hands
Well, I
down.
like Jessica too. My bad.
Yeah, I like Jessica too. My favorite girl, hands down, is Brianna.
Brianna.
I feel
Who
like
is Brianna?
the one, Curtis's girl, the one
Uh,
who busted her nose in the first episode.
all right. I keep hearing people talk about those two. Like when I go like to message boards and stuff, people say, "Oh, I love Curtis and Brianna." I'm like, who are they? Honestly, have they gotten like a storyline yet? Like have they gotten anything noticeable
Last
yet?
episode, they were one of the ones on the date, and Brianna
They-
mentioned that she had a miscarriage. That was her big storyline,
Oh,
and she's been promoting like bracelets on Twitter, which I think are pretty cool. And we'll get into this a little bit later. I feel like as far as for the 3 flights that they've had up so far, I feel like they're one of them. That's just
so
me.
like they're one of the matches.
I feel like they're one of them.
I
So,
hope.
what should we start with on this one?
Uh, uh,
Nathan.
uh.
Nathan. Oh my God,
Nathan.
I thought Ryan was bad last season. What?
Ryan was good last season compared to Nathan. Ryan was like, oh crap, dude.
Yeah,
I hear you. I'm here.
I want to know, like, as far as episode 3 goes, how long they're in the house, because this guy is falling for Shelby so quick. And I mean, I get they're trying to form relations, they're trying to do this and that, but
Mm-hmm.
I
It's,
it's so,
dude, he is like the male version of Shanley.
you know,
He's like the male version of Shanley, honestly. But it's instead of having Shelby return those feelings, she's completely like, I don't, this is weird. You're weird. You're crying all the time. You're stalking me now. Like, get away from me. And poor guy. I feel bad for him, but at the same time, I don't, because you came on this show. You know what the show's about, and any one of these women can be your match. Just because you like this person does not mean she's your match. You guys could be meant to be like friends. Like people aren't thinking that. They're just going in there. It's like, I'm so in love, and they're. It's like they're linking up. It's like they're saying, okay, this is my girl, that's your girl, and then that's where people get confused.
yeah.
It's like,
And,
no one's dating in that house.
yeah, at least not yet. I mean, it's only 3 episodes in. I mean, it's just absolutely
Yeah.
ridiculous on how he's like losing it this quickly. My guess is how far into it do you think they are? Do you think they're a week, maybe 9 days?
Um, I thought it was like once, like every, like they do it like every week. Like they have like one challenge, one truth booth, one matchup ceremony a week.
So it might be a little bit further than that.
Or maybe not. 'Cause that's a long time.
Yeah.
That's 10. That's 10 weeks that they're there. How long are they there for? Like a month or something?
If Wes comes on, we can definitely ask him.
Oh, because
I,
that's Big
I think it's
Brother
like
type stuff.
maybe a month and a half.
Yeah,
That's what
so
I'm
they're,
guessing.
they're probably like a week and a half in with 3 episodes, with 3 matchup ceremonies, I would say.
Yeah. So the challenge this week, I think we can just move on straight to the challenge. Lictionary, what do you think of that?
It was disgusting. I couldn't even watch it. I couldn't even.
Poor,
I don't like stuff like that.
yeah, poor garlic anchovies.
I don't watch.
Oh,
I can't watch somebody else throw up, man. That's nasty.
Like Ryan before they started the challenge, he was like, you definitely don't want to roll spin anchovies. And what does Garland do for his chance? I don't remember who his partner was. I think it was Jasmine, maybe. I don't remember. He gets anchovies.
I don't think I've ever had anchovies though. But how do they taste? No, I don't think I've never had anchovies. Like, how do they taste? What are anchovies?
They're fish.
It's fish. So how do they taste? Are they good? Do you like anchovies?
I don't even remember the last time I had anchovies, but I know they're fish. So, um,
That's nasty.
poor Garland though.
Fish on feet.
The guy has had zero airtime so far, and first chance of airtime he gets, they have to throw.
He's puking on national television. Some anchovies.
So funny ones on that one. Jenny took forever on hers with Anthony. The whole handcuffs thing. You remember that one?
When what happened?
Anthony's topic was the one he had to do was sex, and he was drawing handcuffs, and Jenny took like 4 minutes to guess it. It was hilarious.
He drew handcuffs.
Yeah.
That's what the first thing that came to his mind.
No,
That's funny.
what they did was they got what they were supposed to draw, and he got handcuffs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Forever.
I thought they had to like. Oh, okay, I got you.
So the winners of that challenge were Layden and Ashley, Christina and John. Christina and John got it right away. And then last but not least, Brandon and Alex. And when it comes to the picking of the pairs, it's absolutely crazy how they're doing it. I mean,
it's ridiculous. There's no
no
strategy to it at all.
I guess I know the first couple episodes you had to figure out who your match is. You have no idea. Why are some of them picking the same ones, first of all? And then second of all, why are people like Brandon and Alex, who we haven't seen a second of them talking to each other until they went on the date, why are they picked? Doesn't make sense.
It's like people aren't are not like thinking about that. They're just, it's like this season. I mean, I honestly I can't remember exactly what happened or when things got better for last season, but this season they're just it's like they're just playing a game. They don't know what game. They're not playing the right game. They're just playing a game. They're like, oh, okay, let's pick pairs. Oh, okay, let's do this fun little challenge. It's like they're there for just the experience and not really there to actually play and strategize and think too much about anything. They're just there. They're like, okay, we're here. Our perfect match is in somewhere here. So let's just pick who we want and let's just go with that. They're not thinking about, okay, how many matches did we get last time? Who could potentially be a matchup? Who do we want to send in the truth booth? Let's make sure those people are matched for the next challenge. And if possible, if we really feel good, let's throw the challenge so those people are the ones on the date, and and we can pick who we want to win. I meant to go in the truth booth. They're not thinking everything through. They're just having a good time and just playing this cutesy little MTV game, but really they're not playing the game, the real game.
Like the whole concept of the 11th girl.
It's so frustrating.
I think the whole concept of this 11th girl, and we talked about it on the preview show, is a great concept because now it makes it twice as harder. I mean, last season they only had 10 they had 10 guys and 10 girls, and at this point of the season, first episode, season 1 got 2. So, I mean, they were the same. Then the second episode, and I talked about this on my recap last week, but I thought they should have just all picked new matches to cancel so those two won't cancel each other out,
Mm-hmm.
So I don't get why some of them pick the same. And but anyways, let's get back on task as far as the challenge goes. Christina was like, oh, I don't want Brandon to go on the date. I just want to spend time with John. and
Yeah.
Brandon, who I don't know. I know you've been talking about how bad the after matches have been, but on one of the unseen clips, Brandon was like, and I've talked to Brandon on Twitter. He seems like a good guy, but some of the comments that he's made in the first couple of episodes, like, dude, take it down a couple notches. He's like, I'm so talented with my tongue or something like that.
He's and they pegged it. They pegged it on the aftermatch. They were like, you know what? He's overcompensating. That's what it sounds like when people do stuff like that, say stuff like that constantly. It's like, okay,
And then
what,
in
what are you trying to prove here?
the first episode, he said on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm on like a 1,022.
It's ridiculous.
I like Brandon though. I think he's a cool dude. Um, obviously, obviously, there's a big fear of him getting the Chris T edit, which we'll talk about later. But I feel like he's a good dude.
Um. Well, okay. Well. Let's go back to what you made a comment about the 11th girl twist being more difficult.
Uh-huh.
The way I look at it is, it could actually be used as more. Here you have one girl. You know this one girl, she is like the key. She has the ability to get 3 people out of the house and out of the equation. So let's all find her match. Or if she's feeling someone, if you see that she has a connection with someone, let's push that up. Make sure she gets in the truth booth. So
He did last
if
week.
if that happens, then there you go. That's 1, 2, and then the extra girl will be out of the house, and then you can just continue from there. That's the way I see it. Because, well, if Christina was like a different, if she wasn't feeling anybody in the house, if she was kind of like Ellie or Tyler, where you don't really know which way to go, yeah, it would be kind of harder to figure out. But because she has this connection with Brandon, now, John is interested in her, use that. They sent her and Brandon. That's good. They found out they're wasting their time. Now she has John available, and why not send her in, especially if you don't have any other better choices? It's not like Paris and Pratt were up there, or Curtis and Brianna were up there. Well, they were up there, but those are, I don't know how they sent Brandon and Allison over anybody.
The fact that they've sent him in 3 times, and
And he's only had a connection with Christina, apparently. And they
and
sent him in 3 times.
I, from what I remember last
Idiots.
season, nobody went into the truth booth more than twice. So it's absolutely ridiculous.
It's almost like they're just trying to. It's like they're like, I think Alex said, like they want to split them up, but you're not doing. You're not. Look at the bigger picture. It's like they're focused on splitting Brandon and Christina up, but what about everyone else? We have other potential matches here, and it's like they don't like him. They want him out the house. They're just trying to throw him in every time just so he can get out. Okay. Then sooner or later down the line, yeah, you're gonna find his match. But then you only have, a handful of truth booths left, and now you still have to find everyone else's match.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
So the winners of the day were Leighton and Ashley, which we'll get to Ashley in a second. Brandon and Alex, and John and Christina.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there are some great athletic dudes on this show this season. I mean, Brandon's been on 3 dates in 3 episodes, and Leighton got his second date. So I mean, I'm liking some of these dudes that have the potential to go on the challenge next season.
Wait, hold on. Athleticism, licking anchovies
Okay. You got me.
On the thing. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. You got me.
Like,
So the big reveal happens for Ashley. I believe we talked about this on the whole on the preview. Ashley tells everybody that she's a virgin, and Leighton's comments were cool. He's like, I got more respect for somebody who's like that. Pratt. Oh God, Pratt. What are your feelings about Pratt? You like him or not?
I You know what? I remember our preview and we got Pratt and Leighton all twisted around. I remember we said Pratt reminds us of Dylan, and it's so like opposites. Like Dylan is just like he just seems so like just chill, like gentleman, very relaxing. He made a comment earlier in the very earlier of the season, but it was like a slip up. It was a mistake, and then he was just so chill. And then we have Pratt, who's just like the biggest douchebag. And then, I remember we thought Leighton was gonna be at least I thought Leighton was gonna be the biggest douchebag, but Pratt is there, so he takes that title for sure.
Yeah.
And I was expecting so much more from him though, so much better.
He said that when Ashley made the big reveal about her being a virgin, which honestly I think that's cool that she had the courage to tell people that, but
Hmm.
I don't think people will think of her any differently. I mean, the guys probably will, but Pratt was like, I took a girl's virginity and then she didn't leave my house for like 3 days or something like that. Like, dude, really?
Wait, now who's the girl that said that though? I'm still trying to get the names right.
Ashley.
Who's Ashley? Okay, Ashley.
I still really don't. Ashley really hasn't had that much airtime for me to like form a good or.
Yeah, that's all we've seen it.
Um, Ashley, when Ashley was in the confessional with Ellie, I love Ellie, by the way. Ellie was like,
I thought that was okay.
her
Yeah.
reaction was so freaking hilarious. The girl who brought the dildo in on the first episode, her facial expression was hilarious.
I like Ellie. I like Ellie. She's loud. I commented that. I hope she didn't take offense to that, but it's just the truth. Like I feel like she's very loud and he has that accent and it just stands out. But I do like her. She seems very genuine, you know.
I
And,
definitely.
and I hope she's not the same match as Christina because I don't want either of them to get left out. I really am hoping. I'm hoping that Paris gets left out. Honestly.
Either Paris or one of the girls that we really haven't seen much from yet. But
Wait,
um,
wait, hold on. Let me. I got something back. I'll be back.
for sure.
Yo.
So yeah, I'll just keep talking. Um,
Ow.
guys, if you guys missed it earlier this week, maybe I'll get Whit's thoughts before she goes. I did a whole impromptu edition of Big Time Reality TV. I talked about the new format for Real World Season 30. It's gonna be airing December 16th, and she's back. So check that out. It's a Big Time Reality TV special edition. But anyways, I was giving myself a shameless plug there, Whit. So we got Whit back. You back?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I am back.
so they go to the date. What was it again?
What?
You remember what the date was?
They were like, surfing on these like no, they were like on boats, but I don't know what type of boats they were like these motorboats. I'm not sure what the date was called, but they were like hanging out at the beach pretty much.
Yeah, it looked pretty cool. Like I
Yeah,
honestly don't remember like exactly what it was, but it was pretty cool.
it
The
was.
big thing about this part, uh, do you feel like John was being courteous, or do you feel like he was being a little bit nervous? I mean, Brandon made a comment about this later. He was like, "I want to kiss you," but Brandon's right there. What are your thoughts about that? We'll see.
Um, I don't know if he was like. I don't think he really cared that Brandon was right there. I think that was just kind of his way in to kind of say that to her. show her that maybe he was a little courteous, but really he didn't care. That's what I think.
Yeah.
But I'm happy that she gave him some time, though. I'm glad that she's open to this, even though Brandon isn't or isn't showing himself to be as much and he's
At
making these
least not.
comments. I
I
like that
think
she's,
later on,
you
but
know,
at least not right now.
I like that she's kind of saying like ugh. Brandon's not my match. John, he's cool, whatever. See what happens.
Yeah.
So I like that. I
Um,
hope.
and Brandon and Alex have a talk. Alex is like, Alexandria. She was like, I think you're cool and all, and I think we can be good friends, but I don't think we're a match.
Yeah. Or they could be. They could be. Oh no, they went in, didn't they? They went in. They're not a match. Never mind. There's going to be some surprises because remember last season, no one even thought JJ and Ashley would ever be a be a match, and they ended up being a match.
Yeah, we saw no airtime with either of them, but
Yeah, so there's going to be some surprises this season. It's like
I think more than last season.
I think a lot of the pairs that are being focused on aren't matches, and I hope that's the case because I want everyone to freak out. Like I hope Paris and Pratt are not match. I hope Brianna and Curtis aren't a match.
I'm positive Paris and Pratt are a match.
And I'm hoping Leighton and Jenny are a match. I want everyone to just like go crazy.
Yeah, definitely. So you vote for the Truth Booth, and honestly, I mean, 3 episodes last season. First episode was a no-brainer. Shanley and Chris, they put them in. Second episode, okay, both of them probably weren't going to be a match. Third episode, they put JJ and Simone in. So 2 out of the 3 episodes of season 1 were good choices. Season 2, Jess and Brandon, what? No.
Only one good choice.
Brandon, that was a good choice. Even though I think there was a better choice in that episode.
Who was available that episode?
Brianna and Curtis and Alex and Jack.
Well, you never know. I feel like Christine and Brandon showed just as much interest as in each other as Brianna and Curtis. It was just, she was the 11th girl, so you gain more by trying to find her match, and so I think that was still a good decision. But now they know that they were wrong, they can move on from that. I hope Brandon just stays out the Truth Booth, man. 'Cause he's not feeling it with anybody. He like, there's no good matches, like potential matches for him right now.
Yeah. And so we'll just go straight to the voting of the Truth Booth because I know you got to bounce in a couple of minutes. Then Wes will be on next couple of minutes, I think. If you want to stay on with it, but Truth Booth time. Out of those 3, who would you have picked?
I would have picked Christina and John.
Yeah. I think Leighton and Ashley would have been a better pick than Brandon and Alexander, if you ask me.
Leighton and Ashley. I don't remember.
Leighton's
Ashley.
a Southern gentleman. Ashley's a virgin. I mean...
Yeah, they...
Could have been a match.
I don't know what they're thinking.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So, yeah, they go to the Truth Booth. The whole pre-Truth Booth, they were like, oh, we know we're not a match.
Yeah. And it was like the dumbest thing. I can't believe it.
Curtis made a good point, but he has to stick by this in future episodes in order for me to be like, okay, Curtis, you actually know how to play this game. We can either go home broke friends or a rich team.
Mhm.
And I've talked about this with some of the other hosts. Brian, who does his thing on Rob Has a Website. This season, they don't have somebody, in my opinion, last season with the 2 guys that were the best at strategizing for this game were Ryan and Dre. I felt like those 2 were like, okay, let's figure this out. I felt like they were the ones to go to. This season, we don't have anybody.
And hey, come on, you gotta give Simone credit, dude.
Simone too. Definitely.
She would have called these people out, man. She would have already been on top of that.
She wants her money.
Yeah, that's she's gonna make sure she gets her money. So if and if she's gonna get paid if everyone gets paid. So she's looking out for everybody. But these people, they're just like like Paris and Pratt. I'm still blown away that they thought that was good. They thought that was a good idea to fake some argument or whatever. It's like you're
That's why I thought from the
you're
beginning.
there for $50,000, dude. Not to mingle with these people.
I mean, the experience is definitely it's definitely probably worth more than what they're gonna get at the end because obviously they got to take taxes out of it.
Right, but you have to play the game. You can't just. And they're so positive that they're matched though. That's what I don't get. They have an instant connection, but they're so positive that they are a match.
Yeah. So obviously Brandon and Alex, no match. Shocker.
No,
Um,
and they seem like they're probably the only people who went into the truth booth and were ecstatic that they were not a match. They were like hugging each other with smiles on their faces. Like,
what was the first episode?
huh?
You're thinking about Brandon and Jess.
What'd
I
you
don't,
say?
did Brandon and Alex get all excited about that? I thought it was Brandon and Jess. The first episode.
Brennan, no, well, at least to me, they looked like they were extremely relieved that they were not a match because they didn't even look like they wanted to spend a honeymoon alone together. Like they didn't want to spend any time alone together. They looked really uncomfortable
Yeah.
together.
What this cast doesn't get as compared to season one, you don't have to be in a relationship with your match. I feel
Yep.
like a lot of these cast members think that, and it's kind of. I mean, I understand, and we'll get to. Actually, we'll just get to it right now. Nathan, after his whole outburst uh, with Shelby, where, in your opinion, where does that rank as far as the MTV outburst go? Is it up there?
Um, no, it was just really awkward. Usually outbursts are like, wow, I like what's going on here, but that was like a lot of like crying and yelling and saying he can't do this anymore and you know curling up in the fetal position. It was really awkward to watch, and I don't get like that does not bode well for him. Like not only did that turn Shelby off, now I don't even know who is gonna want to deal with that because unless he straighten himself up and like say like look I lost it but I'm good now, and that's not a norm for me. I just got really attached really quickly, but now I'm gonna play this game. But he's still like hung up on her, and I mean, I want to see him go on a truth booth with Shelby. That's what I want to see. I want to see Nathan and Shelby.
It's
I want to
it's
see if they really are or not.
yeah. It's very sad to see that he's like so emotionally invested, and I felt like for the first episode and a half that Shelby was feeling him too, but
She probably was until he started like planning
being
their wedding.
quite clear, yeah.
She probably was feeling him. I mean, he's a really attractive person. He seems really cool from the little clips I saw, like pre-interviews type clips, the promos and things. I was like, okay, I may not like Nathan, but he just lost it.
Yeah, it's a sad sight. I mean, he goes on to have a conversation with Tyler, who I wish would get more airtime. I feel like she's gonna be an interesting one once we see more of her. Um, he goes to Tyler. I'm not trying to form a relationship anymore. I'm trying to form a friendship. I mean, that's okay and everything, but the goal of this show is to find a relationship, and that's what Tyler said. It's a relationship game. It's not a friendship game.
Um, yeah, I'm not sure.
Well said.
I had something to say, but I told you like slip my like slip my mind. I had something to say. about that because it's not even really a relationship game. It's a strategic game.
Yeah.
You have to think about things. You can't just go with like I don't get why the host told them that they're looking at things strategic and they need to follow their hearts. Like, are you watching the footage? Because I'm pretty sure the host is supposed to
Opposite.
watch what goes on in the house.
It's the exact opposite.
Yeah, like you're supposed to have some type of narrative of what's going on. But yeah, because it's not really a relationship game because that's exactly what Nathan's doing. What all these people are doing. Even you have the preview for next week, which I don't know if you saw, but it's like with John hooks up with Paris, and then Pratt throws a hissy fit. It's like, look, Pratt, that's not your girlfriend. You guys think you have a connection. You guys think you're a match, but she's not your woman. This isn't that. Like, you have to find. You all have to connect with someone different. You all have to look at everybody as a potential perfect match because if they watch season one, which some of them admitted to not watching,
At
but if
least
they actually
one.
watched season one, you would know that people who didn't even talk to each other ended up being matches. So, like
Joey and Brittany.
Joey and Brittany, which
Oh,
they actually went on a date and they were actually cute. It was kind of like a friendly thing, but they ended up being a match. And then JJ and Ashley, so you have these situations, and like if they watched how that played out, they would have been more prepared and would realize, okay, this is very strategic. Yes, I may have a connection with so and so, but here are other possibilities as well, and they're not thinking that at all, which is frustrating because that's exactly how I'm thinking about it. And that's how last season was, for the most part, they were thinking about it. But this season, they're just like, I don't even know what they're doing. They're just like playing based on who likes who, who you don't like, who you want out the house, and it's things like that.
let's get to Christina and Brandon. They start. Well, Anthony, I don't know if you. I rewatched the episode a couple days ago when Anthony and Jenny were making out. They awkward editing at its finest. We're showing Christina and Brandon at the side. I don't know if you caught that.
Yeah,
That was weird.
they were just they were just having their moments.
Yeah. Um, so speaking of Christina and Brandon, they go to the boom boom room, and John, I was liking him till this point, intentionally breaks it up. I mean, I get what he's trying to do. He's trying to stop them from hooking up because they want to win the money. But cock blocking him, I didn't find that necessary.
Well, I think he also likes Christina a little bit. They just had this cool date, and they made like maybe like a small little connection. And Brandon isn't your match, so why are you spending? I mean, why are you spending more time with that, knowing that it's just gonna screw you up even more mentally or emotionally?
I got
Why are you doing that to yourself? It's like you have to look at it.
on that to a point. I mean, I get they're not a match, but at the same time, they can hang out with whoever they want. I mean, even if they're not a
Yeah,
match. I mean, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure Dre and Ashley probably, after they weren't a match, they probably hit that at least a couple more times. That's what
right. You can, but the issue is that these two people who are hooking up, they're not thinking, okay, we can hook up with whoever we want, but at the same time, let's find our match. They're thinking, oh, we're going to be together after this. I don't want to play this game anymore. I'm done with everybody else in the house. I just want to be on this lovely little date with you for the rest of the time we're here. So I think at least that's what I think that's what it comes off as. And if they're having that type of mindset, then you need to definitely split them up and like, look, no, that's not how it works. You can do whatever you want, hang out with whoever you want, but you have to have the understanding that there's other people here who could be your perfect match. There's another person here who is your perfect match, and you have to find that person and play this game. That's what I think the difference is. Dre understood, like you said before. Dre understood the game. Yeah,
Right,
he can hook up
right.
with whoever you want, but he he played the game still. He wasn't being like selfish about it, like Brandon is.
Yeah, let me give Wes a call real quick. He's having difficulty logging in.
Well, I gotta leave in a little bit,
Okay, for sure.
like minutes.
So you were actually cool with the whole with John doing that because I wasn't. That's breaking guy code right there.
Yeah, I was okay with that. That made me like him a little more, actually, Andrew.
Hi, Donald. Wes, can't come to the phone right now. Please leave a message.
That's my dad's name. That's weird. I've never heard a voicemail like that. Hi, Donald. Wes can't come to the phone right now. But so yeah, we go to the magic ceremony, and okay, he said he needs 5 minutes, so I can wait. I know you got to bounce, but I can wait. Any chance to talk to him? Go to the magic ceremony. Guys pick. I'm just gonna run how they have it in order. Wikipedia already put up the matches for episode 4, which I think is way off. But hey, Alex picks Jasmine. I was kind of surprised about that after their date an episode ago. Anthony picks Jenny. Brandon picks Shelby, which Sparks flew over that one a little bit with Brandon and Dario. Ryan was like, "You there?"
Yeah.
Ryan was like, do you think Brandon and Shelby could do match? Hell no. I don't know. The difference I think between Wes and Dario, and when I first saw some of the previews with Dario, I thought he was a cool guy, and I think he still is. But the thing is, Dario, I think, is trying way too hard with Shelby. Is he trying Nathan hard? No, absolutely not. But kissing Shelby in the last match of ceremony wasn't needed. I don't know. I thought he was getting into the West 5, but he's kind of fading towards that.
Mhm.
Yeah. So going down the list, Curtis picks Brianna. Shocker. Dario picks Ashley, which, dude, if you're picking Ashley and you picked her in the first ceremony, and I think Garland did the same thing, why are you picking her again when you only got 2 lights? When Brianna and Curtis are always going to pick each other, and Pride and Paris are always going to pick each other. Come on, Dario. I want to believe that you're smarter than that, dude. Garland picks Sandra again. John picks Christina. But what do you think about the whole interaction between John and Brandon? Brandon was like, if you have to ask a girl, to kiss them, that shows that you have no game or something like that.
Like, I don't know. I don't know.
Brandon's just being a gentleman and being a pussy, which I thought both comments weren't needed. You know.
It was just ridiculous.
And I'm not gonna lie, I asked to kiss a girl for my first kiss. I mean, hey, but I was 16. John's like mid-20s. You should be able to, like, if you see that you're connecting with this girl, you should be able to just like do the what was the whole thing in the movie Hitch? Go 90 and have her go 10 or some shit like that.
I don't know. I just felt like it was.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I just felt like it was like it's another. I don't know, man. These people are getting on my nerves. Brandon needs to chill, though. I hope Christina finds her match soon.
Yeah,
I really do.
Brandon finds this match as well. I mean,
I think he's going to end up being a match just because everyone else finds their match. like he's gonna be the oddball who gets probably like him and Paris are probably gonna end up being a match.
You think
I don't know.
you think
It's gonna be random.
like last season with JJ? He
Yeah,
could have
it's like
went with Simone, no match. He went in the truth move with JC, no match. Which guys, I'm trying to get JC back on. I haven't been able to get a hold of her the past couple weeks. Had technical difficulties with that interview, so stay tuned for that. You think he's gonna be like JJ pretty much?
yeah, because he doesn't look to be like no other woman has came up to him and seemed interested in him. At least from what we're seeing, and he clearly isn't interested in getting to know any of the other women from what we're seeing. So he's gonna be one of those people. If
Yes, where
huh?
I think. Oh God, I have no idea who Brandon's match could be. It obviously can't be Jessica. It can't be Christina. And it can't be Alexandra. So that leaves 8 girls. I don't think it's Tyler.
It could be. All right. I gotta
Let me.
bounce, Andrew.
So I mean, they get 3 beams, and not making any progress at all.
Yeah, and they're stuck on those pairs that they think for sure is a match, but it could really be anybody.
Switch it up, and I'll definitely ask Wes when I talk to him after you get off. Give me a prediction before I get you to talk about reality radio and all that stuff. When will they get their first perfect match? I have a feeling that we'll get at least one perfect match in the shoot booth. What episode do you think that would be?
I'm gonna go with episode 6. Wait, what episode is gonna be next week? 4?
4. And their producers might do a twist like they did.
I'm gonna go episode 5. I'm gonna go episode 5. That's gonna be their first truth booth perfect match.
Yeah. So let people know where they could check out your stuff. I know you're trying to do a show yesterday. It fell through.
Yeah.
Are you guys gonna get Ty on? I know you guys have been talking to Ty from the challenges.
We've been trying to, but he's like, I don't know. I'm still gonna try and talk to him and get him on because he's one of the people I'm interested in, like what he does outside of everything.
I know you're a big fan of his.
We also try and get we want to get Tyler on from the girl Tyler from well, I guess they called the guy Tyler Pratt, huh? So yeah, we're gonna try and get Tyler on from Are You the One Too as well. I really want to hear her thoughts on everything.
But they've been saying, oh, we have to go through MTV, which I never had to do that last season. Well,
No, we did. We did. Ryan told me I had to go through MTV last season.
Well, I tried getting Ethan on first, and he told me like a half hour before my interview started, which I'm over that now. But he told me a half hour before my interview, before I was supposed to talk to him, that I was supposed to go through MTV, and then he canceled him. And then I talked with Wes, Shanley, Ashley, Joey, and Calicia. I didn't have to go through them.
Mhm.
It is what it is.
It's like I don't know. It's flaky. But yeah, so yeah, everyone can follow us at Reality Radio Pod. My personal Twitter is at JanelleMCG, JANELMCG, and we have a YouTube. Talking Reality TV is our YouTube. I like to post little clips up on there every now and then. And I think that's about it. Oh, and our blog is talkingrealitytv.blogspot.com. I am trying to do a blog, but I have to go do my research first. But I'm trying to do a blog of like the top 10 Big Brother seasons ever. But I still got to go back and like rewatch some seasons. But I'm definitely gonna put that out.
Number 1. That was my first season, so I mean that. Yeah. I'm always been partial to it, but I appreciate you coming back on with it, and we'll definitely talk soon. I got to get you.
Sure.
I got to get you and some other people on leading up to this next Real World. Speaking about this twist, I know you got to go. So we'll talk about the twist
We will talk about that later on another whole podcast, bro.
Yeah.
I have a lot to say about that. All right. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for coming back.
Appreciate it.
Ready. So that was wet. Let me get a hold of my boy, Mr. Wes Buckles. I know, and I think you can log in through iPhone. Let me see if you. Let me see. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. I'll probably be on for about another 20-something minutes.
Hello?
Yo, what up?
Yeah, what's going on?
How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right, man. What's going on with you?
Not much. Just on air right now. Are you having difficulty logging in?
You said what?
Are you having difficulty logging in right now?
Oh, I'm supposed to log in?
Yeah, I mean, I gave you the link, right?
Oh, yeah, 'cause I'm on my phone.
Yeah. I think I know when it was on Spreecast you couldn't. But I think if you download the Google Plus app, I think you'll be able to through the phone.
All right, well, I guess I'm gonna have to go ahead and do that then. I mean, how much longer are you gonna be doing the show? Because I'll be home in like 10 minutes.
Like 20 minutes, maybe.
Like 20 minutes? Okay. All right. Let me see if I can get you home before the time you end this thing, man, so I can hop on my computer.
All right, for sure.
All
right. Later, dude. All right, so waiting on Mr. Buckles. I think I've talked about enough. Are you the one for right now? I'll wait till he comes back, till he logs on. I'll probably push it back. I've scheduled it for hour 30 minutes, but I think I'll probably move it again. Let me see here. Edit event. Because I want to get his thoughts on the strategy this season. Because obviously it's not working at all. And I mean, he'd be one of the perfect, as far as for people who, and I can't believe I forgot to mention him. He'd be a perfect one to bring up when it comes to this season. I mean, he found his first perfect match the very first ceremony. I mean, he said my perfect match is Kayla, and he was one of the two lights. So he knew from the whole time who his perfect match was. And I want to get his thoughts on Brianna and Curtis. And I know he's met Brianna. And then Paris and Pratt, who think they're automatically perfect matches. But anyways, let me see here. Edit event. Trying to change the time. Let me see here. That. Edit it. Oh. Trying to edit this real quick. Sorry for the delay. Event. Yeah, unfortunately, I probably only have them on for like 10 minutes because I don't know how to edit this. Let me refresh this. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you guys got questions, feel free to tweet me at CSUA and I will try to answer them to the best of my ability. I do have some stuff. I think EC's tuning in right now. Appreciate you for sharing that, DC. Don't know what that means. I'm trying to figure out how to edit this real quick. Let's see here. p.m. 2:30. I may have to do a whole new one, unfortunately. And if that's the case, I'll let him know. Because I still want to talk to Wes, but unfortunately, it looks like I can't extend the time again. I wonder if I can stop the broadcast and then start it again. I'm going to stop it for a minute and then. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I should do that. People who have done Google Hangouts before, if you guys are tuning in, let me know later or now. Can you start and then start it back up again? Because I want to know. Edit event. Let me see. Let's try that. Yes, I've been following a few other reality shows. I'm really getting into this season of Survivor. My brother's a big time fan of Survivor. Blood versus Water. When asked about the tweet, she definitely made a good explanation as far as for. I mean, I get that this season there could be a whole lot of better, but 2 weeks ago they sent home Drew, which I thought was as far as for the girls of Hunapu or it's Hunapu. I thought that was a good move. I absolutely thought that was the right move to make. He was threatening Kelly, who ended up going home this week, and Misty and Natalie all a spot as far as for that goes. So getting Drew out, I thought was a smart move. The whole tribe swap thing. I'm just getting into this. I tuned in a little bit of last season, I believe it was like Brains versus Brawn versus Beauty. I don't know why I stopped watching it. I was kind of being partial to Cliff Robinson because I've heard him get interviewed by a couple friends of mine on their Blog Talk Radio show. Let me see here. Trying to figure this out, guys. I really want to extend this, but they're not letting me. Settings, no. More events. Let's see here. Click on mine. Then Amazing Race is another show I'm really enjoying. I actually watched the episode about an hour ago, right before I got ready for my show. Big fan of Soul Surfers. Loved this movie, right? Frozen. I don't know if you guys can see that. Soul Surfer. The real life version. Bethany Hamilton, she's amazing. I got nothing but admiration for that girl. I mean, incredible that she's able to do some of the stuff with one hand. They showed a lot of like one-on-one interviews with her on a lot of one-on-one interviews with the other cast members, and it's absolutely incredible how she's able to do this stuff. And her partner Adam is awesome too. So let me see here. Click on this. Yeah, it won't let me edit it, so unfortunately, I'm probably only get them on for about 10 minutes. I'll try to go to anyone. Yeah, so other teams I'm really into. The cyclists, one of the girls on the cyclists actually favorited some of my tweets. I know, people get crazy. I mean, honestly, for me, when it comes to the MTV shows, when somebody follows me or retweets one of my tweets, I get excited about that, yes. But do I go crazy like some fans do? I'm not trying to be cocky. I'm not trying to be arrogant. It's gonna come off that way, of course. But do I jump up and down like some people do? I'm kind of used to it. Shit. I apologize for being so arrogant right now, but I'm kind of used to doing it. But yeah. So Allie, one of the cyclists, actually favored a couple of my tweets. So shout out to her. The wrestlers, I was rooting for them in the beginning, but ever since, not ever since, but Brooke, who is gorgeous, amazing to look at. Oh my god, she whines too freaking much. It's annoying. It's like, for reals. So yeah, right now if you guys are just seeing, I'm waiting on Mr. Buckles, Wes Buckles, Dub Bucks MTV to come on. If it doesn't come on by the time this show expires, we'll just have to do something next week. Right now, I'm having some issues. I know a couple of people that follow me on Twitter from the new season, they're wanting to get on, but at the same time, they're trying to see if they can get approval from MTV. And I get that they have to go through PR. I get that, but sometimes I have to go through it. Sometimes I don't to get some people on. Real World and Are You the One? I never had to do that. Maybe that's my bad. I think it's probably more their bad, but I never had to get any of them on the challenge, especially these past two, Rivals 2 and Free Agents. I've had to get people on. So it's back and forth between MTV. I tried against Devin on from Big Brother. I got an email back from CBS saying, "Oh, we're declining it." So I gave up on that. I don't know. So hopefully I get some of yous from Are You the One too. I'm not feeling the strategy. I don't get why people are picking certain matches and people are picking the same matches, but I'm enjoying the show. I feel like this season is definitely, with the whole twist of 11 girls, the stake has been set a lot higher because they're trying to find perfect matches themselves, but one of the girls, whether that be Christina or the other girl, is going home with nothing. No relationship, no money. So it's definitely intense. It's definitely an intense situation. And so yeah, episode 3, they got 3 matches. So I mean, they made a little bit of progress, but not so much. I've been waiting, and I've been predicting this every single week. 0 matches on the whole MTV joust thing is what it is. I've been hoping, not hoping, but I've been predicting every week 0 matches because we see in the preview. I don't know if this is editing. I don't know if this actually happens later in the season. Ryan saying, "Oh, you guys got 0 matches. You guys are going downhill." And I want to see, like Whitney said, I want to see them not to like bat dog on them, but I want to see them lose progress because I mean season 1, it seemed like it's possible. I mean, people that watch season 1 and went on season 2 thinking, okay, we're gonna get it no matter what. But if they make steps back, I feel like it's gonna be for people who want to try out for season 3. Like, okay, this might not happen. We might not win the money, so we need to take this experience in. And like I said on Twitter, like I said on my blog, I made a couple posts about their strategy. Honestly, it's not looking good. I honestly don't think they're going to win. And it sucks because I want them to. Whether or not they do or not, whether if they do or not, it is what it is. You know what? I'm going to ask Wes if he's coming. If not, we'll just set something up for next week, bro. Because, like I said last week, I don't know when. Somebody just sent me a DM. Okay. I don't know when this is going to cut off. So I want to end this before being like, because my very first ever interview with Brandon Nelson, I went the whole time with the free show on blogtalkradio.com. You can go 30 minutes with a 15-minute archive after show. I went the whole time right as Brandon was plugging his stuff. I hear, "Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye." And I don't want to, like I've been saying, I'll try to get Homeboy on next week. My buddy, Wes Buckles on next week, because I want to know. I want to know things about this strategy. I mean, a lot of these cast members are really cool. I like Rihanna. I like Jess. I like Brandon. I like Curtis. I like Leighton. I don't know how I feel about Anthony yet. Maybe if they show more of her and him and Jenny, maybe I'll start to like him more. But as right now, it's more the latter. I don't know. The funniest pick for a matchup, though, and then maybe I'll just wrap it up. Maybe I'll just tell him we'll do something next week. Nate goes up. Okay, we're all thinking, okay, Nate's gonna be maybe similar to Brittany and be like, oh, because I think that might be a fair comparison. I love Brittany. I've talked to her through Twitter, and she seems like an amazing girl. But she, just like how Brittany was last season, how positive she was so early on and so later on. That I had my match. Nate was like to Shelby in that episode to Dario, he's not your match. I mean, it's too early to tell if they are or not. But Nate picks. Okay, he's walking in the house, so hopefully it doesn't cut off. And we can get chatting. But Nate picks Jess, and if you ask me, that couldn't be further off than as far as the match goes. I mean, that would have been like Ryan picking Simone. I mean, obviously they're not a match. There's no chance in hell those two. I'm sorry. That's like me picking Jess as my. But I was on the show. I would not pick Jess because Jess is not. I feel like she needs somebody that could handle her, and Jess love you, but I doubt I could handle your craziness. So yeah, let me pull up the page again, and damn Wikipedia, you could edit anything with Wikipedia, and I'm guessing. I mean, it could be true, could not be about these matches for next week. I don't know why people do that shit. So I'm drawing blank. The John picks Christina, and like I said, I'm not feeling John. I liked him for a little bit, but after that whole cock blocking, chicken blocking, Maybe it's because I'm a little bit biased towards Brandon. Like I get that you're trying to win money. I get that you're trying to form a connection with this girl, Christina, but and maybe this, I don't know if this turned Christina off or it kept her still interested in John. That's what I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to figure out because she actually like I'm sorry about that happening and blah blah blah, but I don't know. I don't know how she felt about it. What? If this Wikipedia page is right, whenever I do this recap next week, I'm going to be shooting myself in the foot. I'm not going to show you guys this because I don't want to give you guys any spoilers. But yeah. So other things, the whole square, Leighton. Yo, can you see? What's going down, bud?
What's going on?
How much? How you doing, bud?
I'm doing good, man. I can't complain. I'm in the gym. That's taking me so
Um, what I want to know, unfortunately, we won't be able to stay on this long because I don't know if Google Hangout cuts off. I'll bring you back on next week.
Okay, cool.
If you're better. What do you think about this cat strategy? I feel like it's way off compared to how you guys were last.
Well, I feel like in the first 2 or 3 weeks, we didn't really do that good of a job either. Like we were, we thought we knew what we were doing in the first week, 2 weeks, but it turns out that we really didn't. So, I mean, the way this cast is playing the game, man, I mean, I feel like they're just taking shots in the dark. But I mean, we were doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? I definitely, I figured by week 5 or week 6, they're gonna start putting things together though.
Mm-hmm. I know you got a chance to meet some of the cast members from season 2. Who have you met so far?
I've met pretty much I've met Jasmine, Shelby, Alex, and Brianna. And if I'm missing somebody, I'm sorry, but those are the 6 I've met. They all pretty cool too. They all pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm loving the season, man. But like I said, I was talking about with Whitney, who I was co-hosting with. I feel like they need to change something because it's not working.
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
do.
I feel like with you guys had some big voices in the house that were the leaders, like Dre, like
Mm-hmm.
Simone, like I don't know, like Ryan in a way, who were like, oh, we need to figure out who's with who. They
Right.
don't have any leaders this season. Would you agree with that?
I would agree with that. I don't really see any outspoken characters. I mean, as far as strategy is concerned. Um, yeah, I think you're right about that. We did have some voices in our house, man. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it's still early in the game though. You know what I'm saying? Like I think our fourth ceremony, I think we have four lights. You know what I'm saying? In this last ceremony, what they had 3 on the third week, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I feel like they're on pace. But like, I don't really think you need leaders per se in the house. I don't really think you need voices, but as a conglomerate, you got to put together a strategy. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not working together, then things are gonna go foul. So I think that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna put it together pretty soon.
Yeah. Two questions. Well, actually, no, it'll be three, and then we'll sign off, and then I'll bring you back. Why are they putting Brandon in the freaking truth booth 3 times in a row? Poor guy.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if it's something that we as an audience aren't seeing. But it baffles me too. 3 straight times, like, I don't know. Maybe they feel like every single girl that he's went on a date with, he had a connection with. But I don't necessarily agree with that. But I mean, if you take a look at the people that won the dates and the couples that won the dates, I mean, I guess it would just make sense based off of the matches that they had, why they would keep sending Brandon in there. Because I feel like on the first date, of course, I think Christina and him went in the first week, right? Second week. Okay, so when Brandon and Christina went in, like, I thought they were gonna be a match low key. I really did. But
I was 50-50.
You was 50-50? Yeah, see, I thought like 80-20. But no, when they went in there, I was like, damn, so they're not a match. And then this past week when he went in there again, compared to the other, I think it was John and Christina on the date, and then it was I don't remember who else was on the date, but out of everybody, it just makes sense to Leighton and who?
Ashley.
Ashley, right? And that don't make sense at all. So Brandon, sending him in there makes sense. So hopefully they don't do that again. I mean, but it's only going to help them out in the end because he can only pick from 7 chicks now. They're just narrowing down his choices. You know what I mean? So that's just a step in the right direction. It don't really matter.
What do you think about Nate?
What you mean? What I think about Nate?
Dude is losing it so quick. Episode 3 for you. How much time do you think expired?
You said episode 3?
Yeah. Third match was ceremony. How long were you guys in the house?
Shoot. In real time, maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks. Real time.
I feel like that's way too early to be, this one's my match, I'm in love with her.
Yeah, see, I don't. It kind of reminds me of Chris T, but the difference between him and Chris T was that Chris T is not as emotional. Like, Chris is emotional, but Nathan is like on a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? And like how he can be like that for Shelby, and really pretty much in the first couple of days, it seems like it just baffles me. And then to be crying about it and all up in her face like they've been dating for like 5 months or a year, like, it's just like, damn, what? You ain't even had sex with her. Like, what you tripping over? So, it baffles me, man. I don't know. I don't know what to say about Nate.
He makes Ryan look good as far as for like the emotional state.
Yeah, he does. I think overall as a cast, this guys for the second season are a lot more emotional than the guys from our season. And I just say that as a whole.
I really don't like much of the guys, to tell you the truth.
You don't?
No, I like Brandon. I thought I was gonna dislike Layton, but I actually like Layton. I think Layton's cool.
I like Layton too. And Pratt.
I don't know about Pratt. Pratt's made a couple one-on-one interview douchebag comments.
That's why I like him though. It reminds me of kind of like how a lot of people don't like Kanye because he's arrogant and he's an asshole. But some people love him for it. Like, I like Pratt for that too. He brings in a different dynamic to the whole mix, man. That's why I like his personality. But I can understand where you're coming from too.
Yeah. And then Anthony, I can't stand him.
I just like Anthony because he's from Chicago. You know what I'm saying? That's a fellow Chicago, and him and John. You know what I'm saying? So like they cool, but I can understand that too. Like they're different. You know what I'm saying? Like this cast definitely does have different personalities than what we had. I feel like I think like Pratt is almost comparable to Adam in a way, but just but Adam's just not up there with Pratt as far as a douchebag level. But they both can be douchebags a little bit. And I like Anthony because of the role he's playing right now. He's being real slick. I like his attitude with the approach he's taking.
I,
So
I think if they show more of him and Jenny, I think my opinion might change.
it might. It might.
Yeah. So is there any chance should we keep our eyes open for Wes Buckles' appearance on MTV anytime soon? Have you got a
Uh,
call from anybody yet?
I mean, I can't really speak on it
Yeah.
right now. I mean, I think that it would be very entertaining and enjoyable for the audience if I can make it back. But I can't really speak on it
I mean,
at
you're
this
in
moment.
you're in LA, bro. So I mean,
Yeah.
they wouldn't have to fly you out. So I mean,
Man, they would save so much money. They'll probably just send an Uber to get me. Like, hey, Wes lives in Los Angeles. Let's just bring him up to do this real quick. They don't even got to spend money on a ticket. I could do that.
mhm. Yeah. What do you think about your other castmates doing the after matches? Shanley last week, Simone this week.
Um, I think that I kind of did it during our season. I think it would have been dope if we could have had it. The only thing I don't get about the after shows is the different topics that they talk about. Because if it's supposed to be a Are You the One after match, then you figure they would just continue to talk about the storylines that are going on and answering the questions that the fans have
They
on
need
Twitter
to,
about what's going on. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
they
Make
need
it more
to like
relevant.
look at how you know their after shows. And I know
Yeah.
I talked to some people on Twitter, and I hopefully you get in touch with the AfterBuzz, right? I wish they just started doing it this season. Hopefully they can bring you in studio. If you guys are watching, AfterBuzz hosts, get this man in studio. He knows his stuff. I mean, you were the one of the first lights, so
Right.
you did
I
your thing.
was. Yeah.
So
So,
yeah, I'm
mm,
gonna wrap this up. Like I said, I'll bring you on next week. Where can people find you on Twitter and, as Simone calls it, the gram?
the gram. So my Twitter, y'all can find me on Dub Bucks MTV. That is D as in dog, U B as in boy, B as in boy, UCKS MTV. And you can find me on the gram at Wes Buckles. Just my name.
Yeah, I heard. I thought the whole reunion, the baby shower special was cool. Wish we would
It
have more
was.
time, man.
Yeah, you know what? Leaving the baby shower, I knew I wasn't gonna have that much time on there just because I went there knowing that it wasn't about me. It was about Amber and Ethan. So I was just chilling, laid back, and I just wanted to support them and all the other drama. You know me, outside of the love triangle, even in the love triangle, I didn't have that much drama anyway. So like, I don't, it was cool. It was cool to just sit back and watch everything unfold, though.
Watch you scare the crap out of police, yeah.
Yes, and what they didn't show is that I almost scared the shit out of JC. But when Scally, because I was in the box and they called JC over, and I didn't know that JC was right there, and they was trying to get me to pop out on JC. But I'm glad that didn't happen because JC probably would have kicked me in the nuts or something.
Probably.
Yes,
Was that before or after the roast?
I think that was before the roast.
If it was after, she definitely would
Oh yeah, if it was after, I wouldn't be able to have no kids.
have. Well, all right, man. Well, I'll get in touch with you and we'll set something up for next week. Art talking some more. Are you the one?
Word, for sure. I'll be
All right,
around,
man.
man. Just hit me
You have a
up.
good one. Hope everything's going well. And
Thanks a lot, man. Same to you.
alrighty. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Catch you guys next time.